Cool. Okay. Rencho, hajimasu.
はい。お願いします。
はい。
Taiso, hajimasu.
Rip. Not it.
Okay, so we're going to start off on our hands and knees. And we're just going to do some cat and cow stretches. So round your upper back. And then go into this cat position. And just roll through your spine. So now, still doing this, start going in circles. So when you're up, around your back, and when you go down, arch the back. And swapping direction. Now back to hands and knees. Start shifting your weight forwards and backwards 10 times each. Knee, san, shi, go, rok, chich, hach, kyu, chu. Now lift your knees off the ground. So your feet are on the floor, but your knees are up. And just start bouncing up and down 10 times each. Ni, san, shi, go, rok, chich, hach, kyu, ju. Alright, so now step back into plank. And again, start shifting your weight forward and backwards 10 times each. Ni, san, shi, go, rok, chich, hach, kyu, ju. Okay, so next we're going to move on to shoulder taps. So from plank, tap your left shoulder and then tap your right shoulder. 10 times each. Ni, san, shi, go, rok, chich, hach, kyu, ju. Alright, so now you need a bit more space. So from plank, you're gonna step one leg forward.
Oh my God.
And your back legs comes through. And then back into plank. And then same on the other side. And 10 times each. Knee. San. Shi. Go. Rok. Chich. Hach. Kyu. Ju. And now, sitting down, start rolling your shoulders backwards. Now shoulders forwards. Bring one arm across the chest and stretch. Swapping sides.
I was doing a drawing class.
Your arm over your head. And swapping around. Take your hands together in front of you. And now round your upper back and lean slightly to one side. And lean to the other side. Take your hands together and lift them up. So you have your fingers like this. And try and keep your back as straight as possible. All right, now going to step into a lunge with your knee down and just start pushing your hips forward. And swapping legs. And swapping around again. Now sit back on your back leg and straighten your front leg. And you're going to flex and point this foot. Now keeping this foot flexed, start moving it from side to side. And swap around. First start to point and flex your foot. Now keeping your foot flexed, start moving it from side to side. And that's it. Taiso o warimasu.
Right. Not it. Cool. Okay, let's go into Kihon. Yesterday we were looking at Hazume. So from Kihon or Hajimasu.
Right?
Not it. Sorry, not it. And from Kaisoku, Chudan. Great. So mainly no one ki-eyes. I'm sure your wife will appreciate that, Sensei. So we all internally ki-eye. So we'll just do the basics: 10 Miuchis, 10 Jodanzuki, 10 Chudanzuki. We know the basics. So to the count, fairly fast to keep warm. From Migi. Ich, ni, san, shi, go, rook, sish, hudge, q, ju. Ich, ni, san, shi, go, rook, sish, hudge, q, ju. Ich, ni, san, shi, go, rook, sish, hudge, Q, Ju. And just for balance, we'll do 10 Kinteki, 10 Karikomi, 10 Kareage. To the count. From Migi. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Shinkoku. If you need some water, this is a good time to get some. Iris's warm-ups are always difficult. Cool. As I said, we were looking at Hazume, so from Kaisoku, Shunan. And in fact, if we go into Hassel from here, so the idea is that we're just going to cover, and we're going to look at that bounce and retract. And it seems very strange to do this with Sensei here, so look at Sensei rather than me. But we'll do 10 of those, so to cover each side. So, from Migi. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Iris, you can afford to drop your shoulder. Both Sensei and Ofelia-san are dropping their shoulder forward like so and really making a difference. I do it by turning my body. Let's add in a punch to that. So as you come in, you're rounded and you're punching them back in the head. So strikers Zuki probably from Shirangabai. To the count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Excellent. Any questions? Nope. In that case, we'll move on, and we've done this a few times already. Covering and kicking. So, okay. So to the count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I definitely messed up the count because I was too busy looking at your form. So what I want to see is a covering into a punch, right? I know that you're not using it here, but I want to see this cover even though you're coming into a kick, okay? I kind of feel like it's too loose in the hands over here. It's too like, I'm doing jazz hands. So I definitely want to see that. Let's add in, so why don't we do this from Hidari Hasogamai? This. And what we'll do is we'll cover, we'll kick, we'll land, and we'll make sure that we'll do Jochu as our follow-up to make sure that this backhand is ready to attack. Okay? So, to the count. 1, I'll do it the same side. I know it's difficult with the space for most of us, but just same side. Knee. San. Shi. Go. All right, so Gary, 2, Miggy, Sorgamai. It's looking really good, but some of you are tensing your shoulders. So you're coming up quite tense as you land. So you're coming in here, great, this is good. And then you're kind of doing your shoulders up, probably too much computer work, then coming in. You really want to go cover, kick, and then have this quite smoothly come in. Don't overextend. Don't go over your balance. Yay!
Hello, Sensei. Hi. Sorry, Sensei Kavita. How are
It's
you?
okay.
I no see.
Sorry, I couldn't attend last time.
No, it's okay. I'm sorry I couldn't make this one. I was helping my cousin with a car, and then I sent an email. Quickly got changed.
Yeah.
How are you keeping, Sensei?
Okay.
Good.
Maybe exercise first, so the training continue, and we talk later.
Of course, yes. I'm sorry, Sensei Kavita.
So that's right.
Exciting times. I even have a dogi on, so this is very exciting.
Oh, wow.
We are, if you want to warm up or stretch anything, Kale, then go ahead. For the rest of us, what we're doing, we're in Migi Hasso Gamai, Kamaite, and we are covering Jakugeri, landing Jochu. Okay, I'm going to take a step back and 5 more on this side. So, itch. Knee. San. Chi. Final one, make it epic. Go. Excellent. Iris, you can afford to turn your shoulders a lot more. I know that you've got limited space, but if you've got limited space here, cover, land, and either don't land so far forward, but land slightly forward. So you're here, extend, extend. Make sure I can see that on camera. Cool. Any questions? No? Ofelia, I've hijacked your lesson because Sensei's here. So, were you going to do Kata?
Yeah, I was probably going to pick up from Giwa, which is where I last left off.
Let's do some Giwa, Ken. I'll hand it over to you.
Okay.
And we can ask all those pesky questions that we always want to ask Sensei.
Okay, well, you can't remember them. You got all the questions.
Go for it.
So we've been doing Giwa Kende Chendoni. So we'll start from the beginning, see how much we remember, and tackle any questions as we get to them. So from Giwa Kende, from Hidari Shudangamai Kamaite. We'll do it slowly first, and then we'll see how much needs work. So, Ishni. Nanshi. Uruk. Practice the Dangamai, and then we start to do the same thing, but facing backwards. The exact same thing we just did. Ichi. Nanshi. Uruk. Good, so a quick recap of that. Comes in 6 counts, and then you turn around and you do the same 6 counts facing backwards. You'll come in pairs. So Ichi is a minus Doriash, 45 degrees forwards, punching Jochu. Sanshi, you're going to cover with the back arm first. Nyoruke, covering your head, and then your back, your front hand's coming in, covering your head, your body. Your weight shifts all the way onto the back leg, all the way back, and then a jingari. From here, 5, 6. First thing you're going to do is you're going to look behind you. If there's someone coming. You're then going to Zen Tenkan. The front leg is going to step across. Now going to become your back leg as you pivot around. And you're blocking with a fist, covering your head. If you see this from doing this facing the backwards. From here you're covering your head and then your body. And you come back to the center. You should be in Gedangamai, so your fist should be down.
Sensei, one of the things we can't remember in lockdown, is it 5, then 6 as the count set, or is it the same count, 5 and 6 together?
Separate. Go, lock. Go is a Zen Tenkan. Lock. Go is keep continue the again which harai go lock. So another word. Go lock. This. Yeah.
Okay, so we'll do that. Facing the same move we just did it, facing forwards, and then turning around, and facing the back. Doing the same thing again. Giwa Kendaichi. Each knee. Sanshi. Go. Lock. And now going again from number 1. Each knee. Sanshi. Koro, looking behind you, cover your head, cover your body, back onto the line. So I did them both at the same time now. Look. So the difference is, as Sensei was saying, from here, you do forward, you turn around, you look right behind you, cover, block, back onto the line, and from here, you don't go back into Chudangamai straight away. You wait in Gedangamai, and then block, number 6, is resetting back to Chudangamai. Any other questions or bits of confusion?
It's just the only other thing is you're not hammering the side of your screens because Sensei's here. So make that really big. If you can, line it up, side of screen, side of screen.
Yeah, so you should be able to hit one side and then the other side. Oh, my camera's really...
Exactly.
Right.
Otherwise, our YouTube videos won't look that good.
Exactly. You're doing this for the YouTube videos, guys. From Hidari side again, same thing. Each knee. Sanshi. Ko. Each knee. Sanshi. Ko.
Maybe a little bit faster. Go lock. Almost like a go lock.
Okay. So I used to, I think Martin Sensei taught us, or maybe it was Carl Sensei said, say gorok, but then when you turn around, you do this, pause, and then go.
Yeah, so usually Zen Tenkan go lock immediately, almost like this.
Hi.
Go lock, something like that.
Hi.
That sort of timing is not more natural.
Hi.
So it's me, Sanshi, go, rook.
Yeah.
So together but slower.
Yeah.
Hey, grab some water because Ofelia-san is getting us water. And should we do Giwa Kendai Ni?
Hi.
Because Sensei will know that I have many problems with this one.
All right, Giwa Kende ni. So back to Hidari Chudangamai again. This time it's going to start with an Ichi-ni-san. 1, 2, 3. And the first thing you're going to do is you're going to do Ichi-uke. I'll bring you the front arm. Yakuzuki. And this comes back into a fist. And finally, a Yakugeri. And put the foot back where it was. So don't step through like we were doing earlier. From here, same block as we did before. You're okay? Your head first, then head and body. Weight comes back. Jingeri. And this time you're going to do a hand takedown. So you're going to turn to the side, your right side, but you're going to do the same block. Covering your head and your body. And from here again, back to Chudangoi. Sensei, I have a question.
Yeah.
So when I first learned it,
Yeah.
so forwards,
Yeah.
then turn to the side, and
Yeah.
then turn back forwards again. And then Kavita Sensei said that it used to be all the way around.
That's right. That's right. That's
Which is the way we do it now.
standard form is 4 times. Yeah, but we are usually 1 each from Hidari Chudan start and Migi Chudan start and back to again original position. Just saving time. That's all. But in Kyohan, which is our original book, is indicate 4 direction, like Manji no Kata.
Okay, so it's more. I find it more even when you practice it to do it one way this and that way, because otherwise the other 3 are all the same side.
Much same time.
It's simpler. So we'll do it that way today. So from facing the front in Chudangamai, Hidari Chudangamai. We'll do it slowly to the count. Ichi-ni-san. Cover. Yakuzuki, Yakugeri. And then Shigo. You could cover your head, body, and kick.
No nyoke.
No, just.
No nyoke. Just only uchuke, chudan, gyakuzuki, gyakugeri, shitauke, jungeri.
Okay.
No nyoke.
Okay. I thought they were both okay. Okay, that's easier then. If we start off from the beginning. Ichi-ni-san, Uchuke, Yakuzuki, Yakugeri. Shigo, Shitauke. Weight comes back, kicking. Rock, turning to face the side. Cover. Hit. Back to Chudangamai. And now we do it facing the side. Same thing from the outside. Ichi-ni-san. Uchuke, Yakuzuki, Yakugeri. Shigo, Shitauke. Jingeri. Rock. Turn to the front. Blocking with the fist, hit. And back into Chudangamai. Good? Once more? A little bit faster?
Okay.
Yep. Yes, please.
Ichi-ni-san. Shigo. Rokushit. Can't get that count out of my head. That's how it's too used to counting now. Ichi-ni-san. Shigo. Go. Hit. One more. From the other side.
Okay.
Hirosagari to me.
Just a couple of questions while
Yes.
a couple of questions while Sensei's here. If we are to do Neoken, there's a slight difference, Sensei, in the way Ofelia teaches it. She goes over her head and then across, like so.
Over my head.
Huh?
I don't go over my head. Then I'm doing it wrong. It's next. Definitely next.
So this is true of Kushinzuki as well, Sensei, is that there's this difference between the open hand, up, down, and the more form that we've got now, which is this form. So this is the right form now.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
And the same with Neoken, it's sort of elbow forward.
Elbow.
Elbow. In Neoken.
Yeah.
Right, okay. And then when you do a Hantenkan here, are you coming across or are you just doing this one?
Yeah, Uchihara, you get face, body together. Face, body together. And back again.
So more like a circle.
Yeah. Big circular motion.
That makes much more sense. Cool. We're nearly there. 2 minutes. Why don't we stick to this, Ofelia? And why don't we go?
We do all the way through. So Giwa Kendai and then directly followed by Giwa Kendai ni.
Hi.
From Hidari, Chudangama, Kamate. 1、2、3、4、5、6、1、2、3、4、5、第2、1、2、3、4、5、6、1、2、3、4、5、6。
Ah.
Sounds like Kavita wants another go.
Sorry?
Sounds like Kavita says he wants another go.
Yes, because I got that last one wrong.
Okay, we'll do it from Migi side this time.
Excellent.
Hiraksugari, Migi Chudangamai. I like it. Giwa Kendai, Shindai ni. 1、2、3、4、5、6。Oh, I did it again. 1、2、3、4、5、1、2、3、4、5、6、1、2、3、4、5、6、7。I keep messing up the count.
Yes, that was good. I got that one right that time. I wasn't looking at you guys. Any questions before we go into Howa? Iris, did you have some burning questions?
They're not really camp related, so no.
Well, this is a space to do all questions, including life questions. But for this instance, maybe Kale, we can hand over to you.
Thank you so much. Sensei, it's great to see you again. It's been a long time. I thought you might have forgotten me, you know?
No. I never forget you.
So I've been away for 29 years, Sensei. It's a whole double lifetime, I think, you know, for murder. So tell me, I mean, what do I need to be careful of, you know, because obviously, you know, I'm sort of much older now, but how has it changed from, you know, the old days back at the leisure center at Park High School? I mean, in terms of training, has training changed or is it the same sort of things?
Training is the same, of course, you know, for technique is no change. And, but obviously, my condition has been changed. So, and same time, I have got a little bit better idea to practice. That time, I have plenty energy and sort of, it's not necessary extra effort, but then time is changed, past, and I have a lot of things to experience, so maybe I can give advice, for perhaps in a way I can give you more advanced level of advice. So less, in a way, for less energy to use, or effectiveness is perhaps much better than before. So that is my past 30, 40 years to change for myself. So since I have involved on Kempo, it was more than 55 years already past. But when I joined Kempo, I was a teenager, so it's quite enthusiastic boy, and naturally I can study. I'm not particularly the talent of the man, but in a way, I have a more chance to see different type of instructors and quite unique condition in England. So that's why I have a more chance to, in a way, to catch up for my new development. Even if same advice, I have experience. I don't know. I mentioned to other people or not, but around maybe 80 to 90. When I traveled to Japan, then I have attended as much as I can for the training seminar. Different town, different cities they are organized. And the instructor was all big name of people who is some part of the specialist. Yeah, so like Doki Mori Sensei was like a Juho expert. Ueda Sensei was like a Shakujo Kongoden expert. So Goho expert like Nakano Sensei. Those people has introduced their interpretation of technique. So of course, for which is not everything I can catch up, but at the same time, for that image of technique and instruction, it gave me enormous chance of improvement myself. Okay. So now maybe I can give some different sort of advice and instruction.
I must admit, Sensei, for me, Sensei Kavita, Sensei Ofelia, excellent. I'm really enjoying it. It's only been 3 weeks in I've been doing it, but I absolutely love it. The excitement they have for it and the love is fantastic. It was like the old days, everybody's very much into it. But one thing I'm afraid of, obviously we're not in the dojo, but at my age, I think the ukemis a little bit worry me. When I was younger, as you know, I didn't mind. I was flying around everywhere, but nowadays I think I'm too old to get hurt with the ukemis. Is that a problem at my age?
No problem. But do practice at home on the carpet. That's much help. And once you build up more confidence, perhaps you can do anywhere.
Yeah. I want to come back to the dojo in the new year, or once this COVID is finished. But and also, if I can ask you personally, please. First of all, but I'm so happy to see you again, Sensei. It's been a real pleasure. To train with you is like wonderful. I mean, my God.
Yeah. Same time to you. Very lucky to see you.
So we've got Sensei, we've got another AGM and another what do you call it, seminar, but obviously it's going to be online. But I'll wrap up the class there. So Ranchu, waramas. And we need to do the Sensei Nire. Thank you so much for coming. I really appreciate it.
Thank you for inviting me.
Bye.